All right, we're live.
Okay,
So
this
good
is,
at that.
she says she's ready.
Yep.
Okay, it's January 12th, 2023. This is the College Place Civil Service Commission, also electronic meeting. And we are going to do roll call. This is Roger Maidment.
Bill Kelly.
Joanne Wiggins.
And Sean Doring.
All right, and let's move on to the consent agenda.
We do have a quorum.
Let's have a motion.
Motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the agenda for January 12, 2023, the minutes from December 8, 2022, and payroll from December 2022.
Okay, and I hear a second.
Second.
Okay, so approved.
Do we need an all in favor?
All in favor?
We need to take a vote, Roger.
We did?
We need to. You need to say,
I said, yeah, I said all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now we're approved. Just go to the
Thank you.
regular agenda. Take it away.
alrighty, so we have one open position. The city council approved adding one police officer position in 2023. So that position is now open. And then we have one police officer that is leaving. So essentially that gives us two open positions. So our lists need to be recertified or not. We need to run a round of oral boards to update our eligibility list. So this item is on the entry-level police officer testing. The attachments, there's a letter from the chief requesting that we run a round of oral boards to update the eligibility list. And then the second document is the testing information for the entry-level position. So basically the same as it's always been. I did tweak the section about the interview panel members, just because we find it increasingly difficult with other agencies being short-staffed to get help interviewing. So it's similar to what it's been before, with one sergeant from the College Place PD, one non-probationary College Place police officer, and then it used to be a diversity board member, and now we've changed it to one community member because the diversity board hasn't been meeting lately. I'm not sure where exactly, whether they're I've heard it's going to just become an advisory board, not anyway. So we changed that, and then usually we add another sergeant in there, so we have a panel of 4, and I changed it to where we would try to get the 4th member if we could, but if not, we would be allowed to move forward with just 3 panel members. Other than that, I don't believe there's any significant changes. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
The question I have, this goes back to the open position and the officer that's leaving. When the officer leaves, is the open position, is that going to take that person's place, and then you still have another opening? So when he leaves, you got this testing for another officer. So when the officer leaves, that person that tested and gets hired, is he going to fill that position? And then you still have one more position open?
Right. I mean, I don't know who will fill which position. I mean, we think it's going to happen more simultaneously. I mean, the officer has turned his notice in for mid-February, and we're not going to test. Our tentative testing date is the week of February 13th. So, I mean, we will just prepare the list. And at that point, if we have one opening, then we can only hire one. At that point, if that other officer is truly in fact gone, then we'll have 2 openings and we'll hire 2. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second question I have is the interview board, which you were going over. Is it my understanding we can't get people to come in to do the interviews?
To be on the panel.
Yes.
We have a difficult time with that. Because it takes 2 days sometimes, you know, for them to come and sit on an interview panel. We certainly try, but if we can't get someone, then we don't want it to hold up our process.
Understand. The only concern I have is that being able to bring someone else in that's going to have a little bit more experience, maybe administrative and also operational wise. And so that's where the concern I have is being able to maybe draw a good qualified person to come
To
in.
come in and be on the panel, and we will certainly shoot for that. But I mean, it's up to you guys, but in my opinion, we don't want that to stop the process if we can't come up with that. So try every time, and that's why I continue to allow for the 4th member. You know, we will continue to try to get that 4th member. And usually we have Ruben Hernandez as he was our diversity board member that came and helped us with interviews. And I just put community member, but I mean, we will continue to reach out to him. He works for the Traffic Safety Commission. So he's been very helpful on our interview panels, so.
Any more questions? Okay, I need a motion.
Motion, was there?
She's got,
Okay,
can you see
here
that?
we go. Motion to approve the testing process to update the continuous entry-level police officer eligibility list.
Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the action's been passed. Let's move to the lateral officer testing.
Hey, same thing. The only thing that was changed, I just pulled this from the last time. I changed the same wording about the interview panel. And then I also changed, we've always required a physical ability test for, so entry-level candidates get the physical ability test at through public safety testing. And laterals, since they don't have to go through public safety testing, we do the testing here. And in the past, we've done that after the oral board interview. And we've kind of decided it makes more sense to put that before. There's no point in pulling in a panel if the candidate isn't going to pass the physical ability test. So I did switch that, and then I switched the wording on the interview panel. Other than that, the wording, it's basically the same as the last one, no significant changes.
Any questions? No questions. Motion to approve?
Motion, whoops, when it turns blue, I can't read it very well. Motion to approve the testing process to update the continuous lateral police officer eligibility list. Thank you.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion's passed. Okay, where are we at now? Part-time?
Yep.
Go for
So
it.
just an update on the part-time police records clerk. Roger, I don't think you were here last time, but I think we talked about our part-time records clerk had resigned. She decided to go back to school. She'd been with us just for 6 months. So the eligibility list was still good. Just interviewed one of the top other 2 candidates, and we moved forward with her. Her name is Jamie Graham, and she will start on Tuesday. So just wanted to keep you guys in the loop there. And Roger, before you go on to any good of the order, if nobody has any questions on that, I just got a note from the boss that says we missed public comment. So we don't have anybody in attendance here for public comment. Sherry?
I did not receive any comments in advance, and there is no one in the attendees list.
Okay, carry on.
All right. Is any business for the good of the order? No business for good of the order? Okay. And then can we move to adjourn?
And it's supposed to be conclude. That's my fault.
Okay. To conclude, to conclude? Do I have to have a vote on that again?
Sherry? Yeah, motion, yes.
Okay, motion.
motion.
All right.
Motion
do
to
I-
conclude the meeting?
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. And the meeting is closed.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy the warm
Bye.
weather.